Hello everyone and welcome to this Video Some Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield and today we have the IBM PS2 Model L40SX, which I unboxed yesterday. I've still not found out what speed of processor is in this thing. All I know is that it's an 8386 with 4 megs of RAM and a 60 megabyte hard drive. Now, when I first got it, it would not boot up. I thought the hard disk had kind of went on the fritz during shipping. But it turned out the BIOS battery is dying, so really all it needed was a shot of the reference disk, which I was able to get. There's quite a few sites dedicated to keeping PS2s alive, so I was able to get a reference disk, which I'm going to write up. There we go. IBM L40SX reference diskette. And basically what you do is you boot the machine up with this disk in the drive and it will actually just set everything up automatically. And then this disk is used for changing settings that would normally be found in a computer's BIOS. You've heard it said many times on my channel that Compaq copied IBM right down to the way that the RAM count looks at post, right down to needing a floppy disk to access setup. Well, that's true. Compaq don't use reference disks. They use so-called soft packs and basically setup disks. And so I mean, these reference disks are absolutely brilliant because, I mean, this machine was made in a time when you still had to enter the specifications of the hard disk and heads, cylinders and all that manually, which meant you had to obviously know this stuff, but this PS2, it'd be like, okay, here we go, this is that, and there is that, and that's that. So it was really quite easy to use. This switch, I found out, it actually controls whether system power management happens automatically or manually, and then obviously these are indicators. This is quite ingenious because it's basically like LCD shutters, as it were, and instead of lighting it up, it just kind of clears the screen. So it's really quite nice. It's really quite odd. You know, it's certainly different. Now, there's a couple of things that this machine will have came with originally, but I don't have them. First, there's a numerical keypad that you could get. That usually came with the machine. Bit of a nice addition. Would have been nice had I got it. Certainly the rest of the keyboard is almost full size. It's I do like how you have all the keys, you know, nearly where they should be. You know, you know, really, it makes typing on this machine very easy. The gap between Control and Alt is unnaturally large, though. And that big long proprietary part at the back that I showed you yesterday. Let's just swivel the machine around. And this thing is actually a port that would go to an expansion box. Now these things are really very rare. Obviously I don't have it. But that would enable you to install an ISA card, which you could then hook up to the back of this machine. And the reason I suddenly know so much about these machines is obviously thanks to UXW Bill's video on this machine. He has one of these. In fact, at the time of recording his video on it, he had one that was actually glued to a slice as well, which was used for IBM service personnel, I believe. You know, when you got your IBM PC fixed, you know, an IBM person would come out with one of these attached to a big box, which obviously interfaced using that long slot in the back. So, enough yammering on about this machine. Let's hit this button here. So as you can see, it is a passive matrix monochrome display. Does not use gas plasma like the PS2 portables. That beep is meant to happen. Alright, now obviously this has been set up for use either locally or on a network. So you've got a nice wee boot menu. Now I just want to use it locally, so I'm just going to hit this button here. What I am going to do is reformat it, because you know, it's obviously you know, not all my data that's on that hard disk. And, well, I would have sooner had a hard disk than no hard disk, because these are very rare. So, you know, I'm going to show my appreciation for having the previous owner having left the disk in there by reformatting it. So here we have it. This is Windows 3.1. And check out the background. The Itchy and Scratchy show. I like that. Just wouldn't expect someone to be thinking of desktop background images on a monochrome display, but obviously, yes, you could do it. I don't know whether this came with the machine or not, but here's some Lotus applications. Lotus AMI Pro 3.1. That's what became Word Pro. Oh, for some reason it always does this. It, you know, gets on at me and can't find disk in drive A. Probably because the previous owner of this used to save all the work to floppy disks, so well, it's not working this time. It's let's try another disk. Try this one. Oh yes, here we go. It's actually going to work now. There we go. So here's Lotus AMI Pro. See if I can stop it seeking from a floppy disk. Oh yeah, because that works. Well, I don't know. I like how on AMI Pro, and this is actually carried over to later versions of the different Lotus Smart Suite applications, how the title bar will actually change. It'll become a tooltip. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's create a new document, closes the current document, open an existing document, save an untitled document as an AMI Pro document, or save changes to a document, save the current document to another name location, or file format, return to the last saved version of the current document. So it's really quite good, quite ingenious. This was back in the days before tooltips. Obviously, when I set this machine up as my own, I am going to go for a large mouse pointer, because I can barely see this. Never really been good with black and white things, but I mean, this is a PS2. Now, it is known, I mean, this machine technically can run Windows 95. In fact, in Windows 95 setup, there is even an option for this machine. Personally, though, my advice to you is just don't. You know? Seriously, just don't. So let's have a look. Here we have games. I fail at Minesweeper. And certainly can't play that. My goodness, we had a Minesweeper master who on this before I did. Poof. Poof. See, I had no idea. As you can see, I mean, this screen is black and white, but it's not been set to black and white in Windows. So if I plug this into a VGA display, it would come up in colour. And you can actually set this using Windows Setup VGA, Microsoft or IBM PS2, no network installed. So let's drop down to DOS. Have a look at some of the applications we've got in there. Whoops. So there's a couple of interesting programs on here. So first off, there's WordPerfect. Not too sure which version. Oh yeah, it's 5.1. Some reason with the title bar set up by default. Obviously, you can actually see that there's a wee bit of slight bit of ghosting, but to be honest, on a screen this old, kind of expected nothing else really. If you see Luke L03's video of the IBM PS Note, that has it as well. I think it was Grateful 42's laptop, although I could be wrong. And then there's something else that I found, which made me lol. BBC Gardener's World 3D Garden Designer. Oh my goodness. Why? On a machine like this? Gardener's World 3D Designer from Europress Software. I'd like to use it. I mean, I might just see kind of how big the folder is. So it's I could probably fit all this onto a floppy disk. So I think I might actually do that, because it's it does look like a really interesting program. So I think I think that's what I'm going to do. Just kind of throw it on a disk. Preferably a 1.44 megabyte floppy disk, because I believe that Windows 7 does not support low density floppy disks anymore, which is a bit of a shame, to be completely honest. It's a high density disk. First off, I want to have a look at one of the files. So yeah, I do believe I can just copy all this to a floppy disk and the installer routine will work. So, what I'm going to do, just quickly format this floppy disk. This disk drive doesn't sound that nice, but it does seem to work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to call it 3DG. Nope. So what's happening now is I'm actually copying everything from the 3D Gardeners directory onto drive A, including all the system files and directories. The /S switch enables me to copy subdirectories. And I might do a review of that actually later. You know, at a later time. I'll probably use Virtual PC, because you know, it'll be better doing it on a colour screen than it will doing it, you know, on a black and white passive matrix display. I mean, I can barely see what I'm doing on this machine, so you know, I'm not going to use 3D Gardener's World on here because I just plain can't see it. Just hope there's enough space on the desk. There we go. Everything's copied. Excellent. And while I'm at it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into Windows and copy over that itchy and scratchy image. I love that. I used to type Win to get back into Windows. See, this was back when internet speak wasn't around. So the idea of going Win to get into Windows, you know, people wouldn't see the irony. I've not even looked inside Control Panel yet on here. Just kind of looks like regular Control Panel. And judging by how slow it really quite is on Windows 3.1, you know, the fact that someone's turned around to me and said, put Windows 95 on it. This poor thing would struggle. Seriously. There is absolutely no way. And anyway, this is an SX. You know, so it's... Screensavers on a passive matrix display. One thing's to get trippy. Obviously you can't see a thing on here. So, let's try flying windows instead. Oh yeah. Oh, wow, man, that's pretty gnarly. See if there's any other interesting desktop wallpapers. Oh no, not Thatch! I don't want a dead conservative on my screen. Oh no! Whoops. Having trouble seeing the mouse pointer. Oh, what's this map? No, I've not seen this. Let's have a look. Let's go into this program. Let's see what it's all about. Oh my goodness. AutoRoute Express. Oh wow. Why have I just tried to scroll out? This is obviously before AutoRoute became kind of owned by Microsoft. You've seen my other videos where it's actually part of Microsoft Worksuite 2000. Well, Microsoft Worksuite, most versions. So let's I wonder if you can actually zoom out. Colors, lol. Play game. Wow. Super VGA. Oh dear. On this machine, I don't think so. AutoRoute Express. I can't seem to make it shift out of Portsmouth. Again, it's another one I'm having trouble seeing on here. Oh, here we go. Zoom out. Oh, go to. Okay, let's see. Let's go to Aberdeen. Aberdeen Grampian. Poof. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can go to Sunset Boulevard. There's the links. Oh, no, 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 no! Okay, let's see if we can go to the university. Poof! No! Let's just zoom in. So I don't know... What? I've just ended up with a map of Scotland here. Hang on, am I pressing... I think I'm pressing the wrong button here. It seems the more I press the button, the more I get zoomed out. And I can't even see my mouse pointer. This is terrible. You must enter a valid journey before selecting calculate. Press any key to continue. Do you know what? I think I'm going to quit that. That is a really old version of AutoRoute Express though. Wow! So this has been a look at the IBM PS2 Portable. My next move now is to reformat and reinstall everything. First order of business though is going to be to copy over. Yeah, I'm going to use Windows 95 to do it. Copy over PC DOS. And as soon as I've done that, I can get to the nitty gritty. So I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please do subscribe to my channel. Instructions on how to do so will follow. And while you're there, please feel free to have a look at my other videos. And with that all in mind, thank you for watching, and I hope you will come back and watch more. I hope to see you for my next video. Thank you for watching.